PWNAGE actually is, the term PWNAGE actually comes from an old gamer's term, means to own. And somebody had mistyped something at one point and it would be pwned, so you were pwned. The kids that first started the team thought, oh, that's a great term, let's mutate it into a team name. So then they just called it PWNAGE. You're gonna go out there and we're gonna compete and you're gonna get pwned by us.
PWNAGE is a first FRC team, first standing for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology, and FRC standing for First Robotics Competition. Our team is based in St. Charles through a company called Genesis Automation, where here we build, design, build a robot in 6 weeks and get ready for a competition a few weeks later.
I've always been interested in electronics from when I was a child, looking at things, how they were made, interested in walkie-talkie radios, and back then when I grew up we had the little AM radios, and of course when one would fall and break open I was always just fascinated with these little parts. What did they do? How did they work? And it kind of drove me into becoming an electrical engineer. That's what I went for school for.
When I was in middle school, the robotics team came to my middle school and did a presentation, and I remember my brother was in high school and they also did it there, and so we both kind of got excited about it at the same time, so we both wanted to join.
For me, it was my friend. My friend joined robotics first, and he was planning on quitting, and I know how much he loved it, so I decided to stop him from doing that and join his team, and been living it ever since. So.
It was actually my own interest. It really was my own interest in electronics, in engineering, that drove me to it. My father worked for General Motors, and every now and then they would have plant openings. He worked for Detroit Diesel Allison's, a subdivision of GM, and I got to go in there, and it was fascinating just to see all the engineering aspects going on. Even back then as a child, when I went to visit, it was interesting that they had CAD systems back then, and they could actually run motors in software virtualization back then and look for failure points. And it just further fueled my interest in engineering. Now, and not just the little AM radios and the parts, now there's programming, now there's all kinds of other aspects to engineering I wasn't even aware of.
I've always loved math and science. That's my forte, and but what really drove the nail was robotics and first for me.
I know my dad was interested in computer design and engineering, and also when I joined the team, the mentors here really inspired me that you could actually go out and do that.
Everything we do, for PWNAGE here is everything. We cover the gamut. We do the mechanical side of engineering, we do the electrical side of engineering, we do the programming side of engineering. We do everything from brochures and posters and everything else for the art aspect of all this. And if you've ever built a robot, math is everywhere. You have to do the math for the physics of figuring out how you're going to do this, how are you going to move this item over here and in what speed. You've got to be able to do the calculations for force and energy and everything else. So Ponage actually, as a robotics team, actually encompasses everything in STEAM.
Our motto is inspiring youth through STEM, and what it means is that anytime we go and we present somewhere or we host something, or even with our own students, we kind of infuse like the STEM ideals into the teaching, so that kids get interested.
That includes our competitions. We really focus on when kids walk in our pit or we talk to kids, we always are talking about science and technology and the principles involved in that.